In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as Arthur Hayes says central banks about to catapult Bitcoin and altcoins to new heights. I'll be explaining why, as well as DeFi total value locked finally blast off to $192 million, record's best performance in the past 15 months, according to DApp Radar. We'll also be discussing Donald Trump now referring to himself as the crypto president in bid for donations from the digital asset sector. I'll be breaking down this latest report, as well as Bitcoin Maxi, Samson now identifies Godzilla candle scenario for the King crypto. I'll be breaking down what this means. We'll also be discussing Max Keiser's prediction saying Bitcoin will skyrocket to millions of dollars per coin, actually transcribed one of his recent interviews. I'll be sharing all this with you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Let's go, crypto fam. Church is officially in session. I'll be preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi as I do each and every day. If you're new to the channel, very important, smash them likes and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications. It'll help out tremendously with the YouTube algo, and that way you get notified actually when I go live. And please, pretty please, if you're watching the stream on X, just hit the repost button. It'll help spread the word, get more eyeballs on the stream so we can pump back above 70,000. Let's make it happen, Captain. But anyways, today is pod number 1665. I'm your host, JV. It's June 9th, 2024. Another beautiful Sunday fun day. And let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. I love to see the entire market back in the green. Bitcoin above 69.8 and means we're less than $200 away from recapturing 70,000, baby. Also, let me know where you feel the Bitcoin weekly close will take us, which we get a weekly close in a few more hours. Also, you have Ether back in the green along with the bulk of the altcoin market. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. We're sitting on a 2.55 trillion market cap with 49 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. We have the Bitcoin dominance approaching 54%. More precisely, it's at 53.9% right now, with the Ether dominance at 17.5%. My question for the fam, how high will the Bitcoin Dom likely climb for this particular cycle? Holla. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours. We got Chili's up 9%, Aptos up 5%, and Quant up 5%. Below that, Theta, Stark, Ordi, and Monero. Now, which particular alts, fam, are you guys most bullish on for this particular bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubble so we can get a visual perspective of the market. On the daily, we can currently see the bulk of the market back in the green, which is a beautiful thing. And zooming out on the monthly, I'd say probably still 60 to 65% in the red, with the lower, altcoins in the green. Many of these meme coins in particular are doing pretty impressive gains, but overall market still in the red. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, today we're 75 greed, yesterday 72, last week a 73, and last month a 66 in greed. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Where do you think the weekly close will take us here in a few hours? Holla, holla, holla. But anyways, fam, let's kick it off next with some Bitcoin TA, aka astrology for the broskies. Bitcoin volatility hovering within 6% of record low levels. That's right. Bitcoin price moved so little over the past 15 days, leading up to the sharp decline on June 7th, that it approached historic lows seen across all 15-day periods of Bitcoin history. We're talking about the period between May 24th and June 7th, which was among the bottom of the 6% of occurrences for volatility, according to Swan Bitcoin Chief Investment Officer Rafa Zagari, quoting him here. The horizontal blue line in the latest 15-day rolling volatility number of 23%, it certainly looks close to the lower level, he explained, posting to the extended period that Bitcoin was stuck in range, as he outlines here on X. And after the 15-day period, which it traded within a 7% range, fluctuating between 66.9 and 71.6, the Bitcoin price sharply declined by 3% to 69,000, according to CoinMarketCap. The plummet followed the U.S. employment situation summary report, publishing stronger job growth than expected, an indication that inflation rates may not be cut by the U.S. Federal Reserve on June 11th, a closely monitored metric for the Bitcoin price predictions by analysts in recent times. However, Zaghari highlighted that the outcomes of the Bitcoin price during previous periods of similarly low volatility or lower over the next 30 days, the average return stood at almost 21%, with the minimum return declining further to 32%, while the maximum return was 218%. The outcomes are even more significant when viewed over the course of 365 days following the previous similar low volatility periods. And although the minimum return for this period stands at 55%, the average return is 820%. Like, whoa. Now, Zaghari reiterated, though this isn't any indication for the future, he just believes there is a value in learning from the past. And I think he makes a great point there. They say, if history doesn't repeat, it sure as hell oftentimes rhymes. Let me know if you agree with that, and where do you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us, especially for this month of June. Take it away, Mikey Saylor.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Bada boom, bada bing. Bitcoin forever king, if you know what I mean. But anyways, fam, next story of the day. Here's the latest from Just Blaze. Arthur Hayes. The headline here reads, Arthur Hayes says central banks about to catapult Bitcoin and alts to new heights. Here's why, family. BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes says that a shift in policy from the central banks is about to boost the crypto assets into a new bullish phase. In a new essay, Hayes, now the CIO of crypto investment fund Maelstrom, he notes that both the Bank of Canada and the European Central Bank have decided to lower their interest rates. Hayes says the moves by Europe and Canada suggest that a global shift in looser monetary policy may be underway and could therefore signal a bump in risk assets once the Fed is in and the U.S. follows suit. Quoting them here, the June central banking fireworks kicked off this week by the BOC and ECB rate cuts will catapult crypto out of the northern hemispheric summer doldrums. This was not my expected base case. I thought the fireworks would start in August, right around when the Fed hosts its Jackson Hole Symposium. That is typically the venue where abrupt policy changes are announced going into autumn. The trend? Clear. Central banks at the margin are starting easing cycles, and it shows you here the breadth of the central bank rate changes. Now, according to Hayes, the new chapter monetary policy means it's time to go long Bitcoin and subsequently on the ish coins. Quoting the crypto veteran, the macro landscape has changed versus my baseline. Therefore, my strategy shall change as well. For the Maelstrom portfolio projects who ask for my opinion on whether to launch their tokens now or later, I say, let's freaking go. For my excess liquid crypto synthetic dollar cash, aka Athena's USD, that's earning some fat APYs. It is time to deploy it again on conviction-ish coins, and of course I'll tell readers what those are after I have purchased them. But suffice it to say, the crypto bull is reawakening, and it's about to gore the hides of prolificate central bankers. So there you have it, crypto fam. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Just Blaze, Arthur Hayes, and let's freaking go. Anyways, fam, next story of the day, we still got a lot to share, a lot of news for you. The DeFi market is booming right now. According to the headline, DeFi total value lock blast off to 192 milli, records best performance in the past 15 months, according to DApp Radar. That's right. New data from market intelligence firm DApp Radar revealed that the total value lock within the DeFi sector has skyrocketed to the highest level in the past 15 months. How many of you are bullish on DeFi? Holla. In a new blog post, DappRadar notes the DeFi's TVL reached 192 billion, a 17% rise from the previous month and the very best it has registered since February of 2022. The TVL refers to the amount of capital deposited within the protocol's smart contracts and is often used to gauge the health of a crypto ecosystem. According to the crypto analytics firm, the majority of the growth was driven by an increase in token prices, particularly those of smart contract platforms Ether and Solana. Quoting them here, Ethereum holds the bigger portion of the whole DeFi's TVL, and this month its dominance is at 68%, followed by Solana, which in the past months has been propelled by meme coin trading and the DeFi activity on its network. Moreover, the native SOL token, Solana, has surged by 11% in the past 30 days. And here you can see the DeFi total value locked as per quarter. Quarter 2 2023 at 77 billion. Quarter 3 was 71.9 billion. Then quarter 4 of last year was 103 billion. Now already in quarter 1 of this year, 175 billion, virtually doubling from the previous quarter. Now DappRadar goes on to note the Bitcoin's layer 2 solution Merlin chain also greatly contributed in May, becoming the crypto king's largest side chain, dwarfing the Lightning Network. Quoting the report, the narrative around layer 2 networks continues to be strong, but the real top performer this month has been Merlin. It has become the largest Bitcoin side chain and more than 3 times as large as the payments focused Lightning Network. And more than half of Merlin's $1 billion is held on the SOLV Finance, a protocol that allows users to deposit wrapped Bitcoin to receive SOLV points in return. And it shows you here the total value locked of the top blockchains, 130 billion within Ethereum, 10.9 billion Solana, 8.5 billion Tron, almost 8.5 billion BNB, Arbitrum, 4.5 billion, Blast, 2.6 billion, Base, 2 billion, Avalanche, 1.5 billion, Polygon, 1.3 billion, and Merlin, almost 1.2 billion dollars, up 122%. So yeah, Merl is currently trading at roughly 41 cents at this time, with a 10% decrease during the past 24 hours. So let me know your thoughts on decentralized finance. How many of you are believers in DeFi, bullish on DeFi? Holla. We just discussed the 192 million record inflows in DeFi over the past 15 months. Now here's the latest with Mr. Trump. The headline reads, Donald Trump refers to himself as the crypto president and bid for donations from the digital asset sector. And again, he's already surpassed over $500 million worth of donations since his conviction. Here you go. Former President Trump continues to bill himself as the crypto-friendly candidate in a bid to secure donations from the digital asset sector. Now, we also have Trevor Traina, the tech exec, tells Reuters that Trump said he would be the crypto president at a recent San Francisco fundraiser. They previously served as the U.S. ambassador, this Traina, to Austria during the Trump administration. The former president previously expressed hostility towards the digital asset sector. In fact, May of 2018, while serving in the Oval Office, he reportedly directed then Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin to go after Bitcoin for fraud. Down with Mnuchin and anyone thinking Bitcoin is fraud, but we must not forget that he did once say that. And he also said he wasn't a fan of Bitcoin because it undermines the value of the US dollar. And that's pretty verbatim. I remember that speech that he gave. Now, 3 years later, Trump said in an interview that he owns 0 cryptocurrencies, arguing that digital assets were a disaster waiting to happen. Now, the former president, however, spent the past couple of years warming up to the sector in a bit of to differentiate himself from the Biden administration, which some crypto stakeholders view as hostile towards digital assets. Well, you can say that again. Biden, Senator Warren, and Gary Gensler are all enemies of Bitcoin. It couldn't be any more clear. We all know that, right? And in December of 2022, Trump then launched a collection of NFTs on the Ethereum-based platform OpenSea. Then weeks after, formally announced his intention to run for the 2024 presidential election. A financial disclosure filed with the Office of Government Ethics last year indicated that the former president owned a crypto wallet with holdings valued somewhere between $250,000 and $500,000. And last month, Trump declared to a group of supporters who bought his NFTs that he is fine with digital assets. And a few weeks later, his campaign announced it would accept crypto donations for the 2024 elections. And in fact, Tate, Miss Andrew Tate, recently donated $200,000 to Trump, and people have been supporting him like crazy since his eviction. So something I learned through all of this, people hate injustices, and they will do anything to support those who are being treated unjust by the corrupt matrix, which is clearly cracking, if you know what I mean. So let me know your thoughts on Trump being pro-crypto. Another thing he said in his more recent speech, he said he is going to protect the right of the 50 million Bitcoiners in the United States and their right to self-custody. And he also said he promised to free, aka pardon, Ross Ulbricht, his first day on the job. As you know, Ross Ulbricht is the founder of the Silk Road. He got 2 life consecutive sentences, and I think he has been serving prison time for the past 11 years. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts on Trump. This is clearly going to be a Bitcoin and crypto focused election, as it should be, and it's a beautiful thing.
You can call me 3AC cause I'm blowing it up. Short squeeze, more please, yeah, it's going to pump.
Anyways, fam, I still got more news to share with you guys. Let's discuss the Godzilla candle, aka Big Pump, from Samson Mao, and then we'll be discussing the latest from Max Keiser, predicting Bitcoin skyrocketing to $123 million per coin, and then we'll do our live Q&A. First and foremost, shout out to Samson Mao. So let's break this down. The popular Bitcoin supporter Samson has revealed what might be the next trigger for the price of Bitcoin as the crypto continues to trade just below its all-time high. That's right, it's probably still within 5% from that all-time high. The Bitcoin maximalists and recently identified a Godzilla candle potentially forming on the Bitcoin price chart, which undoubtedly would send the crypto surging to new highs. His catalyst for the bullish projection, surprisingly, is GameStop adding Bitcoin to its treasury, which we have been discussing the past couple of days, because GME has a massive amount of capital. And if they were to pull a Mikey Saylor like MicroStrategy and put it on the balance sheet, they may be able to become the next MicroStrategy, yo. So Samson wrote here, the double bullish thesis is GameStop adds Bitcoin to its corporate treasury. Both GameStop and Bitcoin will see Godzilla candles immediately. If you'd like to see a Godzilla candle, let me know, yo. And we also had Marty, who shared there was potentially $5 billion from GameStop, what it would mean if we were to put the Bitcoin on their particular balance sheet. You already know, game on. Bitcoin is no stranger to price surges stemming from institutional adoption from big traditional companies. With Bitcoin adoption increasing and more mainstream interest in crypto, several factors could drive the price of Bitcoin sky high and lead to that Godzilla candle rally. Let's go. And according to Mao, adoption by retail gaming retailer GameStop is the next on the list of these factors. Let me know if you agree. GameStop is also not a stranger to the interesting market movement. A short squeeze all the way back in January of 2021 saw the company's shares surging over 30 times by the end of that month. Like, whoa. And big players like MicroStrategy, Tesla, and Square have already put Bitcoin on their balance sheets. GameStop is already part of an extensive list of companies accepting payments in Bitcoin. However, Mao believes that a better effect would be felt if GameStop were to announce they're adding Bitcoin to their corporate treasury. I think they'd get mad support from the Bitcoin community. You already see how many people are supporting Roaring Kitty, for Christ's sake. He did a live stream with over 650,000 live concurrent viewers. I was on it. That was like 2 days ago. So it'd be mind-boggling, if everyone got behind GameStop with Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Let that one sink in. So as a popular stock amongst younger investors, GameStop has the potential to introduce crypto to a huge new audience, which can send Bitcoin prices a surgeon. And according to his tweet on X, Mao believes the bullish projection goes both ways. If GameStop were to invest in Bitcoin, both GME and BTC will see Godzilla candles immediately. Mao said this was probably made in reference to the recent decline in GameStop shares after the company's financial reports revealed a $32 million loss in the first quarter of this year. This revelation saw the company's share price falling over 39% on Friday. It was actually ironic because Roaring Kitty did the stream in anticipation of having $1 billion in unrealized profits, but unfortunately for him, GameStop had the opposite effect, and it actually dumped, and his position was down 300 million during the live stream. But don't get it twisted, he's still up hundreds of millions. I'm just saying the market went down instead of up when he was anticipating it going up during the live stream. Now, so you already know, family, GameStop's bullish Bitcoin thesis was also recently reiterated by Anthony Scaramucci, which I covered on yesterday's podcast. Overall, while the Godzilla candle would likely lead to the short-term volatility, it paves the way for Bitcoin to reach a new plateau of stability at a higher price level above its current all-time high. So there you have it, yo. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Samson Mao, and can you foresee a Godzilla candle incoming? And do you think that GameStop may adopt Bitcoin and put it on the balance sheet? That'd be a massive play. And again, I think they'd just get so much support, it'd be game on, and that would potentially set them up to be the next MicroStrategy. Let me know your thoughts, family. Now for our featured story of the day. Max Keiser was recently interviewed over in El Salvador, and he made some very bullish predictions, and I actually transcribed one of those recent interviews. I want to read with you what he had to share. I just made this tweet this morning. It's already getting a lot of love, so I appreciate it. This is what Max Keiser had to say. So how big is the global market? It's like $400 trillion. And that's conservative. So what if Bitcoin gets 1% of that market? Again, that's conservative. Well, then it's 1 million per coin, 2 million, 3 million per Bitcoin. And I think a couple of things we're going to see happening. And he continues. People will no longer accept fiat money for Bitcoin. Get ready for that, fam. So you're going to try to buy Bitcoin with your fiat money, and no one will take your fiat money. No one will take dollars at all. So that will be the moment of panic. You have no choice because the fiat money world and everything that's not Bitcoin is going to zero against Bitcoin. So if you're not in Bitcoin, whatever you're in is going to zero against Bitcoin. Obviously, that includes precious metals like gold and silver. That includes all fiat currencies, which will all return to their true intrinsic value, which is zero. That also includes real estate and all other forms of assets. You know what I mean? Now, some other things that he shared in previous interviews, which I have transcribed and shared as well here on my X. He wrote, the total addressable market for Bitcoin would be 400 trillion. That's the total sum of global financialized world. Bitcoin will eat that essentially. So we're going to see a lot higher prices, 1 million to 2 million per Bitcoin. Send it. Now, he also wrote, this neatly describes the speculative attack that Saylor and Bukele are making against the US dollar and all fiat money using Bitcoin that moves 300 trillion of purchasing power into Bitcoin. That's a 150x move from here. 70,000 an example to 10.5 million per BTC. So this is one of his more bullish predictions of him ultimately saying Bitcoin is heading towards $10.5 million per coin. And I'll actually read this and dive a little deeper with you. But as that's loading, I'll just skip ahead to the next one. He also said, all fiat money and gold eventually goes to effectively zero against Bitcoin because it's demonetizing gold. The same way gold demonetized silver, Bitcoin will be demonetizing gold. So sure, gold will maybe go to 2, 3, 4,000 an ounce, but we're talking about Bitcoin eventually going to $5 to $10 million per coin. So your purchasing power in gold terms is almost basically nothing compared to what's happening in Bitcoin. Preach! And this was when he actually was more recently on the Alex Jones show predicting the latest Bitcoin trends. It was actually pretty lit. I highly encourage you guys to listen to this interview with Max and Alex. I got 127,000 views when I shared it over on X. Now, also, he made a prediction here of 5 million per coin he believes is the fair market value for Bitcoin. As he shares here, I chatted with legendary Howard Lutnick, in which you can see a picture with them together. His recent affirmation that Cantor Fitzgerald manages Tether's $97 billion treasury port blew minds away at Davos and CNBC. He is a classic Wall Street BSD who, as one of 24 primary dealers, occupies the nexus of the multi-trillion-dollar USD universe. I gave him my pitch, actually, Foss Greg's pitch. And Bitcoin is incredibly cheap CDS on an imploding global fiat money world. And how 5 million per coin is the fair market value for Bitcoin. His response was a mixture of horror and excitement. Remember my credo, no billionaire left behind. And here's Cantor Fitzgerald with Najib Bukele, in which Max introduced them. Now, I have another bullish prediction, but this one's from none other than Mikey Saylor. He shared when he was being interviewed by Patrick Bet-David on his podcast, Bitcoin is on a path to be worth $100 million per coin, which means that the US dollar will have lost 99.9% of its value over 100 years. Warren Buffett knows this. Charlie Munger, back when he was alive, knows this. Preach. And that's coming directly from Mike Saylor. So there you have it. Crypto fam. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser. Do you agree that Bitcoin is destined for 1, 2, 3, even as much as 10.5 million per Bitcoin, or as high as 100 million per Bitcoin? As Mikey Saylor says, let me know your thoughts, family. I'm going to read as many of your comments out loud as I can. Shit out Ricky T. I want to buy Bitcoin, but I can't hold it. So how do I own it? Why can't you hold it? Enlighten me. Everyone can hold Bitcoin. You hold it in a private wallet. Don't forget, MicroStrategy buys their Bitcoin on 2x leverage. Their dollar cost average over the past 3 years is 40,000. Right on. Bitcoin up forever, just like Wu-Tang. Bitcoin's going up forever, Laura. Shout out to the old dirty bastard. Rest in peace, brother. I agree, JV, says Larry Pedro. Right on. And don't forget about the poll in the live chat, family. Let me know when you feel Bitcoin is going to smash all-time highs, re-entering price discovery. I greatly appreciate that. We just discussed Max Keiser's bullish 3 million price prediction. Let me know when you feel this will turn into fruition. I'm going to read your comments out loud. I just ended the poll. Let's read some of the results we got here, family. It shows us 27% of you voted between June 16th and the 30th, which means upcoming here soon, Bitcoin hits all-time high. We had 250 votes. We appreciate that. Another one has been iced. Shout out to the ice, baby. We appreciate it, JC. Internet outage is what I'm afraid of. I like to leverage. Teach me more. Well, even if there was an internet outage, it's not going to affect properly self-custodied Bitcoin, family. So you want to get yourself a cold storage device and stack those biddies accordingly. Max is right, and I just love to know who informed him early. That's a great question, yo. There are projects related to the concept of mining Bitcoin in the space. How much is 2,000 pounds of gold worth? I don't know. All I know is an ounce of gold is probably close to 2,000 right now. Gold is actually down this week. New all-time high on Monday. Send it, Knoxville. Let's go. 1 hour in Paris or London would be okay. So, Steven, Bitcoin since inception, bummer is up. Only like 650 million %. That's it. Bitcoin's only up 650 million %. Oh, shucks. That's crazy, bro. Where it's going from here, infinity and beyond, where no man has gone before. A candle is the candle that all the other candles look up to. Candles are like people to me. Moon cat. That's why you're the moon cat, bro. No words. Crypto will be the new money, as we are not taking gold and silver into space. So heavy. Right on. Bitcoin is thy future. Fiat is thy past. If you want to live in the past, keep stacking fiat, because those who say fiat as the store of value, we have a name for those folks.
Currency. We call them poor. We call them poor.
You feel me? Who orange pilled Max? No, that is a good question. I don't know. That's a good question for Max. I wish I did, but unfortunately. 7 consecutive daily God candles equals 1 weekly candle. Max Keiser is a visionary. Facts. Gold 29, Bitcoin 69. JB friendly Macron lost the elections today in the EU. Now new elections in France in due time. 1 metric ton of gold equals 67 milli. A band of candles. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy. Give me the mic so I can take it away. Rest in peace, Old Dirty. Bitcoin prescribing orange pill hits for the fam. That's how we do around here, yo. I love it, says Ricky. You got it right, Knoxville and Devon. We call them
poor. We call them poor.
Love the horns. 56 million for 2,000 pounds of gold. Now, who the hell would want 2,000 pounds of gold? Nobody. Maybe if you're a central bank and you have like an underground bunker / vault, no human being can travel around with 2,000 pounds of gold. Mark my words. Good luck shipping your ton of gold anywhere. Yeah, good luck trying to take it with you to a different territory on an airplane. It's impossible. You would probably need a private plane, and I don't even know how much weight those planes can hold. So you're probably ish out of luck